Hello gamers, it's your brother from another mother, Maddox here, and today we're going to be doing another VoD review. As we see in the title of the VoD review, Sova Ascent 913 Loss Plat 2. So we're going to be watching a Sova on Ascent in the Plat 2 bracket. Okay, so we're going to see what you do right, what you do wrong, and everything in between. I'll try to give you some good critical feedback as well as ways to help you improve your gameplay, either by doing small exercises, right, what you need to do to improve it, or just telling you some recommendations that maybe you need to do mentally in order to achieve, optimal gameplay. So let's hop right into it. So we are looking at defense first. You are playing Sova, right? So usually what you want to be doing is anchoring, right? Anchoring the B bomb site. Now what you bought is light armor, shock darts, and that's it, which is totally fine, right? It's not the end of the world if that's all you have. If you were to play at a higher level, sometimes people will opt in for the drone with no armor, right, just to get full utility in case you need to retake the A bomb site, depending on what happens, as well as maybe getting mid-round info. But usually pistol rounds, you don't need that. So this should be fine, right? And the reason why is we actually want Omen to be playing market here and you to be playing B. I would say about 90% of the time in higher elo, you will be anchoring the B bomb site. So it's better for you to practice that constantly. And Omen will be playing market because the reason why that is because obviously you can get info, right? It's a lot easier for you to anchor because you don't have to always be peeking into the B main entrance. You can drone, you can recon dart, right? You can get that late, mid to late, even early round info just based off of your utility, right? Omen really can't do that. He would have to be peeking in, right? Or otherwise he'll just be chilling outside, either logs, boat, stairs, lane, CT, right? Those usual spots that anchors will play at. And then also it's better for Omen to play market because if they decide to execute in the B, he can flash from market side and blind all of entrance as well as all the way up lane if they are already out. So again, usually, I would always ask, like, let's say I was playing lower bracket, lower elo bracket, I would be like, hey, Omen, can I play site and then you play market for me? And then usually we'll see how that goes. If they say no, he wants to really anchor B, whatever, market's fine. You can go back and forth between arrowing mid, arrowing B main. Just depends on what happens, but let's just see how this plays out. Too far. Okay.
No one tapped. Watch out. My ghost's still there.
Revealing
Up mid already?
There they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, it's just unfortunate, right, that Reyna gets a really good dink off on you, right, and you get low HP, and you're kind of boxed in, because we know there's someone B main, and we know they're mid, and this Omen smoked a little bit sooner. Maybe you could have got out and repositioned yourself, right, but you arrowed, she just ran up because she dinked you, and she just got the kill. Very unfortunate. The only thing maybe is just jiggling back and forth mid instead of trying to take the fight, right? Just getting the information because you are by yourself mid, right? Because you had double guys up cat, you were market slash mid, and then everyone else is either towards the site. So what you really need to do there, as soon as your Reyna dies, is fighting mid. We know they're mid. It's probably not the best bet to take a fight because we know they're there, right? What I would do, and this is a really good way to approach the game. This is a very good concept. That a lot of people don't know in lower elos. Whenever the opposite team takes something from you, it's a very good opportunity to take something back from them, right? If they are taking the mid control from you, right, all of mid, it's good to either push into A main or push into B main because they're usually going to have less people there. Usually if a team wants to take something, they're going to put a majority of their team in that area. So it looks like they want to take mid here, especially when they kill your Reyna and then especially your Jet, right? They want mid hard. So it's a good reaction instead of trying to like spot mid or spot it, right? And then once you confirm that they are still there, it's a good rotation to do is to push into B main, right? I would probably save the arrow. Like I would jiggle market, see if they're there. Right? If I'm playing smart, I jiggle, right? If I'm playing like it's a matchmaking game, right, like you are, I'd try to take a fight, right? But again, a good rotation here would be jiggling mid, seeing that they're there, confirming that they're there by you actually peeking it, and then arrowing into B main, and then pushing the B main if you see nothing. If your Omen smokes it, you have to be careful to smoke, but for the most part, like, you arrowed it, no one's there, it's free real estate, right? So that's how I would kind of approach that situation, a little bit different, a little higher level. So again, let's just try to skip to the next round.
No, it's a fucking bad gun, but...
So you guys lost that round. Typical for you guys to save here.
Not info, yeah. Maybe condo.
Revealing area.
Styles, watch out.
There they are.
There's one guy there at least. So the call is one guy's tiles, one guy's B main. You guys are on an eco run, right? Like this is going to be very hard. Your rain is close mid, right? If this guy's not pushing out B main, I might try to jiggle mid market, right? And try to bait for the Reyna, right? Usually if they get distracted by someone constantly jiggling, lower level players will just focus on that guy and not clear up their other corners when they need to. So just a recommendation, like I don't know if it's going to happen here or not.
Smoked off CT here. Push over to you.
Dude.
Notice no one. This guy didn't clear behind the box. You didn't clear behind the box. At higher elo, like you have to be clearing these extra things, right? Because you never know when someone's trying to make a play and try to get cheeky kills. Yo, nice knife.
Jet's one. Yeah, never mind.
One.
Okay, so obviously this is just a bad reaction from you. Maybe you didn't react fast enough. When your Omen's getting shot at here, you should like kind of try to be swinging with him at the same time. Like obviously don't wide swing so both of you guys line up, but swing wide enough to where you guys are both looking at the same guy. Like it would have been sucked if your teammate got the kill here, and because you brought out a shock dart, you can't trade him, or you guys can't double team this guy at the same time, right? Because the way you win with shittier guns is to either overwhelm them with numbers or be in an advantageous position, right?
Enemy remaining.
Last one A main, last one A main.
Got some
You
guns.
got spike, you got spike.
Low, so just like,
Revealing area.
that turn too.
Here, Killjoy, take this.
Turret out.
I'm holding mid top. Nice,
Out of
nice.
charges.
Alright, very
Okay,
good
so
round
that
by your
kill
teammates.
is
They'll hit some
still
really
being
good
a
shots.
Sova, you have to peek into there, dude.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Like, I know you're trying to watch top mid, but we get people, we already have people around here.
I'm sure you're saying what I was saying when that guy was fighting that raise. Like that, he could have died there. It would have been really bad if you didn't trade because you had a shock dart out.
I could, yeah, I could, like all red or like highlights or like what?
Right here.
I'm just gonna flash you in.
Gotcha.
Revealing area.
Holy shit.
Found them.
You could actually throw that dart from market, right? You can just bounce it off the wall. I think it's this wall right here. Boom, boom, right here. Like, you know, simple geometry. Even like you can maybe do it off the corner of that, right? So, the thing is, Sova, you said you don't know a lot of lineups, right? Like, you can't be going like, okay, if you want to be good at a character, right? You just don't go into matchmaking games and just try to play them, right? You're never gonna learn anything on that. You got to go into YouTube videos, watch YouTube videos, go into a custom, right? And see their lineups and practice those lineups, right? Otherwise, like, you playing a hero you don't know, like, good lineups for, is like you playing, like, a hero with no abilities at all. Like, sure, you might get, like, a lucky, like, a good recon dart, like, in a post plant, or you could throw one, like, when you guys are retaking, because everyone should know, like, you could just bounce one off a wall, right? But, like, some of, like, the more intermediate to advanced level lineups that you need to know, like to take your game to the next level, you won't know, right? So again, there's nothing like there wouldn't be like a difference between like a pro level Sova and a new Sova, right? That's the difference right there. Because like, imagine if you throw that arrow from right here market, you'll be close enough to see that okay, there's 4 towards B, right? Also what I also okay, 4 towards B, you could lean towards B, right? You could have gotten ready, maybe stack towards B because you know there's a lot outside B. Also, you throw it from A. If you're going to throw it from A like you did and you see 4 there, that's a good indicator for you to push through B main, tell your killer to rotate off and to go either, you know, post up cat in mid or just put all her shit on the B once you've cleared it out. Because we know there's 4 there, right? Could be 5. Again, people in this bracket like to stick together a lot. You could probably just push it and get free real estate A main. That's the power of information in this game.
2 more outside of B main.
And then we're looking at your crosshair placement. Like, we always want to be trying to aim at head level here, and the way you're pre-aiming this just tells me you just love aiming at the stomach, right? So when you come in here,
There's one side.
Last player standing.
again, let's see if we can slow this down. So like we're just gonna look at where your crosshair placement is in regards to where they could be at. We know they could be sidewalk. We know they could be main still. But look, let's look at where you're pre-aiming here. Right when this comes down.
There's one side.
all right, even if there was a guy close, right, the closest guy a guy could possibly be, his head's gonna be like right here, right? So you're aiming way too low. The guy was obviously against the wall. He's gonna be further back right here. But where you're aiming right here, way too low. All right. So this tells me you just gotta practice crosshair placement, and the good way to do that is to either DM, right, and notice where people's heads are whenever they spawn in different spots, right? Because you'll see a lot of different people spawn in different places, and you'll get good markers, right? So here, like, you would think below the line is usually where headshot level is. You're obviously way too far below the line, right? Usually like right under, like right around here is usually where headshot's going to be at, right? And then the cipher comes out. Because look how low you're aiming, right? You're aiming chest. You have to flick in a diagonal pattern, right? A diagonal line. And because that, it's slightly longer than if it was a straight point, right? Or straight across, right? Because obviously a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. You can do if you have good crosshair placement, you won't have to go up. It shortens the length of the line, right? And that means if it's a shorter length, there's less chance and less likelihood of you fucking up the flick, which is why if you always keep it at headshot level, because every agent in this game is the same height, and you just have to do just straight left and right flicks, it's a whole of a lot better than up and down flicks. And then obviously we see you flick over and you start pulling the trigger, right? If you didn't catch that, you started pulling the trigger before your crosshair was on them. We've seen that. I see that a lot too in plat players, gold players. They just, they get a little too fucking excited, right? They get pumped that, oh shit, there's a fight right now in front of me, and they pull down the trigger. If you wait again, maybe like a tenth of a millisecond here, until your crosshair is on top of him, you have a better chance of killing him as well. Okay, so let's just bring this back to normal, and then let's skip forward to the next round.
I'm gonna dart for mid
I
top
think I'm
here.
used to playing
Right
against,
here.
less coordinated players.
Most of the time using, like, it's fine to use your utility like top mid, right? Tiles, but just getting that free information, because if you arrow into B main, that means you guys can push up in the B main, right? Or at least give the illusion that you can push up if you pushed up before, which is really, really good. And then if you're running the Odin, again, it's really good for you to be on B because you can spam through the wall. I'm not saying you can't play mid with the Odin. I'm just saying it's 10 times better, in my opinion, on B.
They don't really have a full buy, so they might just rush in on a site, so careful, but I'm gonna
I'm
dart
gonna
for
play
mid top.
super passive now. I
Just
think
play
I
safe.
gotta
Get out of my way!
Revealing area. Found them.
I'm letting them walk out.
Yeah, two mid. Careful.
Getting
Jet has knives.
Yeah, she's trying to push cap.
Oh, they bought.
I'm lit. I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm okay.
Where are
Watching
you?
B main.
I'm gonna drone for mid.
Take flight.
Still good. Still good. I'm still.
Enemy mark.
Jet close mid.
Right here.
One in main.
One's in fridge. One's fridge.
So right here, you have to be calm. Hey, they smoked me off CT. It looks like they want to go market, guys. Be careful, market, right? I can't see mid, right? This is a very important calm that you need to be making so your teammates can paint a picture in their head and know what's open and what's not open, right? Especially because, again, higher levels, this is a very basic calm that needs to be made so that your guys on B know that, market is open.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Kind of a waste of shock darts here, if you couldn't tell, because like we don't know if they're up mid or not. If you recon dart and you saw people there and you shock darted, hell yeah, do it, right? That's fine. But we have no clue. Like, you're just wasting shock darts because they smoked you off. Like, that shouldn't be your reaction. Your reaction should be holding the smoke, because what if they push you in while you're throwing shock darts, right? They hear, oh, this guy's throwing shock darts for some reason? Okay, I'm going to wait to see if he throws a second one and push in. If the Jet has dash still, she might just dash in at you while you have your shock darts out, and, you get put into a really bad spot there with your pants down, no gun out.
Revealing area. There they are.
I'm one shot. Yeah, one on it. Oh, okay. She has a phantom.
So you are doing a lot of bad positioning here, by exposing yourself to two angles at the same time, right? Like, and I know you're aware of this, and because you're kind of scared of mid, you're kind of scared of CT, because obviously they could be there. So that tells me like you understand where they could be at, which is good. But you need to select the most appropriate position to hold either one. If you're going to try to hold CT, coming back here is your best bet. If you want to hold mid, coming back where you're at right now and just posting on mid is your best bet. Obviously, you have to be aware if they push up, right? Also comment, hey, they could be pushed up wherever you're not looking, but that's just something you
30
have to take the
seconds
risk
left.
of, right? Like right here, though, like you're exposed to too many angles. I wouldn't take this. I would be a little bit further back, right? That way you're not exposed to CT, or maybe over here, so you can focus on the mid push from a different off angle.
Spike planted.
But if you're going to post on CT, it's just better just to be back where the killjoy's at, you know, towards A heaven ramp, and just kind of posting up. You don't have, like, if they don't give you free kills here, like if you get this free kill and they give you another one, oh, it's definitely winnable. But in this situation, 2v4, I'd probably be looking at saving.
Last player standing.
Neutralized.
Run back, run away, don't need to be here. Like, you don't need to go for this. Like, you have 3,200 plus 1,000 armor, that's 4,200. Like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot more money you would get than if you were
Revealing area.
to die, as well as even if you save, it's fine. You get an extra 1,000 on that. And then you reload and you peek for some reason, right? Like, they can't be right here. Just because you shot the door and they're not there when you shoot the door doesn't mean they can't just walk in front. Like, someone could be next to market trying to timing you, right? Obviously some guy peek boat late, right? Again, those are just bad habits you have to get rid of. Like, you should be able to read the situation. 1v3, they have Raze ulti as well. You're probably not winning that.
There, it's.
Yeah,
I
can
think we
flash.
can.
Yeah.
Let's just save and fucking rethink our lives.
Here, can you Jet rebuy me? Shadow?
Okay, you are playing B this round.
Revealing
No one
area.
here.
Nothing.
Found them.
Smoking
One
B main.
deep B main.
You might want to have dark there. Lurking.
I know exactly where you are.
Jets hit 100. Jet dash towards tree while she's on arch.
That was a
Jet's
good
on
kill.
top arch.
All right, your position got given up because you were pushed B
Out
main.
of charges.
So now let's like kind of think a little bit here, right? Where they could be at, and it looks like you just noticed that no one's mid, and they could be mid, so you're aware of market, right? And you just killed a guy B main, so you don't want to stay there any longer because that was your last known position. Now, how would I play this, right? I would tell my Reyna maybe, hey, I'm gonna hide B. Do you want to try to stack A or at least hold CT, and I'm gonna hide back B and see if they come to, like, let's just gamble like they come B and I'll just hide back there, right? That's a good possibility. You know, you have no armor, you have 70 HP. That's a good risk I'm willing to take. You also have a lot of utility here, so if they go towards A, it looks like they are on A because of the Cypher Cam. You guys have Killjoy ulti as well as your util.
It's very limited.
So sometimes taking that
of
risk,
charges.
saying, hey, I'm just going to play a retake,
Go ahead.
don't waste this. He just said they're on A.
Spike planted.
Lucky. So let's see. Killjoy should be ulting right now.
Enemy spotted. Last player standing.
If your Killjoy ulted there, you might have won that. But for some reason, he didn't pop his ult.
They're peak.
But yeah, you don't need to waste your recon dart there because, like, if there is a guy there and they're on A, that's fine.
Your top mid.
Because then your Reyna and your Killjoy should know, oh, it's a 2-on-2 on site. Let's try to take this before this guy rotates over. You know?
Lots of time.
One mid, Cypher's mid, or mid top.
Okay, let's look at this aim one more time, and I'm just gonna reiterate this to say talk about crosshair placement again, right? Where could the head level be at, and where you need to be aiming. So let's just look at this real quick. So you come out peak and mid, right? Your crosshair placement already bad. If you're looking for top mid peak, this is way too low. If you're looking for mid, this is way too high.
Mid, Cypher.
So again, let's see this. So your headshot level when this guy's jumping on the ground, right? So that should just tell you right away. Again, too low for top mid, too high for on the ground where your Reyna's at.
Cypher's mid.
Now if the guy was like point blank, this might be like perfect headshot, but obviously we know they're not close.
Or mid
So when you
top.
come in, okay, so you should be in this, half second realized, oh shit, Jet's here again. Crosshair placement really poor. So you gotta flick diagonally. Over flick, come back. Now your crosshair is actually on her legs if this thing wasn't here. And you really, honestly, you fuck up. If this box, dude, wasn't here, bro, like, you fuck up her right leg, for sure. Like literally after, if she kills you, like she'd be crippled IRL because like you pinpoint precision on that right leg. It's just unfortunate that there's a nice concrete block protecting her, and then obviously you hit her through hit her through the concrete, like the tip of it, right, for 8 damage. So again, this is just, I'm just using this as an example to stress the importance of crosshair placement, spray control, trigger discipline. Skip all this noise because we don't care about it.
Yeah, did you get what's at the beginning?
Yo, can I have that back? Or no?
Okay,
Revealing area.
so good recon dart. Like usually
More
recon darting in the beginning of the round is really good, especially in plat, diamond. People for some reason don't want to shoot darts or Sova drones or Reyna eyes for some fucking reason, because it's like, oh, I'm not gonna give away my position. I don't want to give away my position by shooting it. Like, bitch, no one gives a fuck, right? Unless you're in some superior position where they're not gonna expect you there, right? It's always better to shoot the dart, right? It's always good to shoot the dart. It's always good to shoot the drone. Everything you can shoot, it's good to shoot it, okay? Unless you're in like some position you're not supposed to be
Nothing
in,
in main.
it's best to shoot it.
One got door B.
So you're hard giving up mid, right? This could be really bad. You're giving them a lot of free real estate without really contesting it too much. Now contesting it could either be jump spotting from back here. You see this dot on the minimap. You can jump on top of that to peek over this wall, right? Jumping and strafing to kind of see if they're mid, right? You don't have to overfight it, but contest to see that, okay, we're gonna get spotted if we come here, right? He's gonna try to spot us if we come here. We might have to use some utility to push up, right? If you hold like this and then notice, oh shit, no one's peeking mid, no one's like in these corners here, usually we can just throw a smoke here and we have all this free real estate. They can have market for free, they have pizza, they have mid, right? Mid behind the arch, right? All that shit for free. So again, sometimes it's good just to spot, spot mid, jiggle mid without throwing util, just to let them know, oh shit, someone is actually spotting mid, we have to use utility. And if they don't use utility, right, and they're coming up close to mid, then you just post up, right? Post up at this nice angle here and kill them as they come
I'm a
across.
drone up mid.
Just flash up.
Deploying drone.
Okay, I'll stay. You leave. I'll
Yeah. Oh, Omen just went cat.
So as soon as your killjoy dies, right, like, and you see nothing immediately close mid, like you should be clearing pizza, and then close left right. Like honestly, I would have got off as soon as I cleared pizza and I didn't see my killjoy. Like, you are the first rotator towards A. Your rotation is super late here because you're on your drone. Like, you need to like exit out this drone. Sure, you're not gonna get the full, duration of the drone, but it's better to have good positioning on a place that they could probably just run up on because they got the pick. They're probably gonna run up on it, right? Because again, plats, they're like robots. They have one protocol. If we get the kill, let's go in, right? Let's just keep pushing it, right? It's not, hey, let's get the pick, slow it down, and then see if the other team aggresses anywhere. It's, hey, we got that pick, let's just run up with it. Oh, let's just go A, right? It's really, really done. Really done, like, thought process, but that's just how it is.
Oh my god.
So now, because you're on your drone the entire time, they could be up tree, they could be close. If glass isn't broken, then they could be anywhere along here, right? Boom, and your jet's not really peeking it, but I think he just peeked like right here, so we know they're anywhere like along this area. Nope, they broke glass. So glass was already broken. That's unlucky. It's a question you have to ask your teammates. Hey, is glass broken, guys? Do you guys know? And then your killjoy should say, oh yeah, I broke glass. And again, that's very important information to have, because then that should tell you where you need to put your crosshair at, right? Information is very valuable in this game. In this game, Counter-Strike, information is going to be your best friend, and that lets you make a nice critical thinking decision here on where you need to peek and how you expose yourself. Because there's nothing close mid. You have to be worried, okay, am I going to get timing if I peek, close right here? Can they peek me heaven? Blah, blah, blah. Again,
She's up heaven, up.
restating
Should've just
what
added
I've
something.
been saying.
I'm gonna. Jet's already out my smoke. They're going B.
And off you, KJ.
They're going B.
This killjoy. Oh, unlucky. Again, crosshair placement. Crosshair placement, spray control.
I'd say then we play like
Yeah, we got a lot of ults to retake.
One B main.
Revealing area.
Oh baby, they smoke market like dog shit smoke market for some reason.
I'm gonna smoke your catwalk, Jet.
Go ahead.
Reloading.
Jet just updrafted mid.
Jet's dead.
Nice kill, nice kill.
All right, the way you're jiggling this, you're jiggling way too far. So let's just bring this back a second, right here. So look how far you're overexposing yourself. Not right here. These are good jiggles. Right here. Why are you overexposing yourself like this? The jiggles you just did, where you just see a peak, it's like the way how fast you're jiggling. It's very unlikely they're gonna timing you and get across when you're going back and forth. It's possible, right? Don't get me wrong, but because you're jiggling so tight and so quick, it's very unlikely they are. So again, like
Nice kill.
overexposed,
Nice kill.
overexposed. Right? You stop jiggling. Right? Like you don't want to you want to keep jiggling until you get spotted. Until you get spotted, you keep jiggling.
Omen,
Right?
you can swing up
So that's just something you want to know, right? Like you need to know. Don't
eye contact.
stop
I'll
jiggling.
tell you third.
Keep jiggling, but don't overexpose yourself
I'm gonna
because they
re-smoke
peak
mid, I
when
think.
you're jiggling. You're way out here for some reason.
I'm gonna dart for
You can
main,
die.
actually.
Revealing area.
We leave.
There they are.
Omen still B.
You hit him like twice, but again, spray control. Your teammates are just dying.
Where you are. Right. I am the hunter.
Spike planted.
Is your ult not getting her?
It did. It hit her once.
One enemy remaining.
Area.
1v1. Gotta clear hell. Don't just spam it. You're gonna have to reload. Oh, you got ping. Under you. Unlucky.
Don't ego challenge them. Like ego challenge on site. I see that.
We're buying this. Yeah, force it. Please.
What was us?
Yeah. I'm smoking your tiles early. They have to walk through it.
I'm playing aggro mid.
Revealing area.
I don't ego peek on site, but I'm gonna ego peek mid. My name's Reyna.
Raise bomb, buddy. B.
Yeah, I smoked off. Oh, they did market. Raise inside already, I think.
Cutting their vision.
Choosing.
Shock dart.
Two in. Omen and Raise.
Shock dart.
Reloading.
Jet is low. Take her. I got your back.
Spike planted.
I'll say.
Stairs. Not.
Says come up.
Did they peek?
Ash into B. I'm gonna flash us or no jet.
We win.
Oh,
We
you're good.
I'm playing on site safe, Soldier.
Revealing area.
I might play aggro tree.
Three.
There's like 3 outside of B.
Raise hit 101 mid top. Raise.
I'm telling you, man, if you practice your aim a little bit, practice the recoil control, maybe you have to lower your sense, right? Maybe it's a sense thing. Maybe your sense is way too high for you. Maybe you're a wrist player or an arm player, right? That dictates kind of how high your sense needs to be. If you're a wrist player, your sense is going to be really high, right?
think
Higher
that-
than usual. But if you're
Spike
sense,
planted.
if you're a arm player, you can do a little bit lower
Enemy remaining.
sense, and
In the half.
it's a little bit easier to control that way too. I'm a combination player, right? I use both
Yeah.
wrist and arm. I use my arm for the far
Omen, when you
movements, but when
smoke,
it's
the
really
entrances,
tight,
it just-
when I'm like moving like really close, like to where my crosshairs originally at, like let's say my crosshairs right here in the middle, right? If there's someone's like close, boom, I can get all this. But if I do like someone's like all the way over here, it's an arm kind of thing.
Fight
Maybe
off.
that's you too. If you
try
don't really
doing
do
it more
that, or
flush
if you don't
so they
think about
can't, like-
that, if you don't think about that normally, maybe something to start considering.
Yeah, it's like
Because your spray control is like really wild. Again, could be a
Yeah,
sense
I
thing,
know in, like, the
could be a hold
heat of
thing, like how
battle,
you
it might be
position
harder to do, but I just
your
noticed,
hand on
like,
the
if
mouse,
I'm
could be an arm or wrist thing,
people watching
right?
their age.
Or maybe it's just a practice thing. Maybe you don't practice it enough.
Revealing area. There they are.
Up mid.
I've got you. I'm watching.
they can walk out nice.
Again, look at this cross replacement. Why you like? What if the guy just walks up right here, right? Instead of put like we don't know where they could be at mid, right? We know they're mid, right? But there's no like if you knew this guy, if you knew they weren't like past this archway right here, like let's say for some reason there's a cipher trip, right? And we know they couldn't cross this archway. Pre-aiming this is fine, right? Because we know where they can't be at. They can't be close, right? But because they can be close, and you know, you heard that jet dash slash updraft, whatever it was, like you need to put your crosshair on the corner. It needs to hug this corner here because you have no clue where they're at. Because the last thing you want is for you to be pre-aiming at a wall for mid, and then this guy just runs up on you, and then you have to do a flick, right? That is like a wide flick. Like, that's like the worst thing you want.
One up mid right now.
Entry.
Good kill.
Enemy remaining.
Crosshair.
One up mid right now.
Entry.
Good kills.
Crosshair.
One up mid.
Oh, and then another thing you need to learn, right, is angles, right? How do angles work? The closer you are to an angle, the more your opponents are going to see if they're peeking that same angle, right? So this is the angle you are using right here, right? Because you are peeking off of this angle, this close wall pillar thing right here, right? So if anyone's like, let's say you're like a foot away from this angle, if anyone's greater than a foot away, they're going to see you first. While it might be minuscule, right, depending on how far they are, if they're a foot and a half away, a very minuscule amount, it's still, you know, they'll still see you first, while it still might be like, you know, 0.01 of a second faster, right, if you guys are both swinging like this, right?
Entry.
Good kills.
And see, like this guy, like this Rain, if he's right here, like if he's a little far back, like in Pizza, he can see your shoulder right here. Like he sees you first, because like he's like 7 feet away, 8 feet away. You're like one or 2 feet away, right? He sees you first, and then he can just react faster than you, right, off of that. And that, like if you're gonna peek that angle, that's why when you see a lot of pros play, whenever they're peeking an angle, they're gonna try to peek off an angle as far back as possible in order to minimize the amount that their opponents see and to maximize, hopefully, what they can see on their opponent.
Go, you
One
guys go.
enemy remaining. Switching sides.
Nice job, everyone. Rushing here.
Okay, so a very common shot or recon dart you need to know is just full power, holding your shock dart or recon dart, sorry, and aiming at this tree behind this barrier, right? Very standard dart. Okay, if you know some more advanced ones, once you learn them, obviously you can do those, but this one's very standard.
Dark for stairs.
Awesome, you know it. That's all I could ever ask for. Is at least you knowing that fucking dart. Okay, and like this is like what happens when people just like don't prioritize where they need to go. Like your duelists are on site, but like everyone else was like super slow in coming out because of that, and everyone's looking towards market for some reason. Like this guy's literally just just ran out fucking CT and just fucking blasted like 2 of them. So it's just funny.
She's dink, she's dink.
This could have been a good round.
Took so much damage initially from the...
You guys want to save?
Like honestly, if you want a running shock dart like towards like CT maybe to know, so like you know before you come out of that smoke, right, that their omen throws, like you can shock dart CT, so like you know they're not pushing through, right? They might just spam obviously, but your shock dart might make them reposition, not spam for like a second, which is something to keep in mind.
Healing area. There they are.
Cypher site.
Play a little bit.
Those guys on site.
Say after this, we just go A next round.
Yeah, I guess
So Cypher's
With
playing B.
cheeks now.
Shadows traveling.
Same at the wall. Yeah, if they're
Cypher push out.
Plays B. Yep.
Or actually,
There's enemy dark from mid.
Let's smoke
Revealing
smoke
area.
Jet here for you, Jet. Down, Jet, copy, Jet. We're going, we're going, we're going, we're going.
Reloading.
Reyna Cal.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Watch
I
out.
think Jet was mid. Jet was mid
Right
earlier,
here.
so she's probably coming from heaven.
Just play long with me here. Just play long.
Cypher's a B player.
oh, the B player, good read. Knowing that, he could push to B man. Usually Cypher's don't push for the most part in this lower level. They're like, oh, I'm Cypher, I just gotta hide on my camera until they break it.
I got you, Jet.
And a real bold assumption going to be to your left. Real bold assumption that they're not saving this round, because it's a 2v5. You hear one, but we don't hear the second. Was that an op? Oh, what? Why is it so close? Why does it sound like it's so close?
One enemy remaining.
Jets heaven.
Easy kill,
here?
easy life.
Dart from mid too. I'll dart from mid.
Right here.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
that's fine. That's better. I'm
Let me
CT.
walk all the way up because my flash range doesn't hit her. She stands there.
Revealing area.
Darting mid.
Found them.
I tagged.
What's your name?
I'm pretty sure I tagged her.
One market.
One's sounds like one's tree right now.
Here.
One's marked.
One cat, watch out.
One enemy remaining.
Last guy plays
Last
B.
one's a B player. I'm gonna plan A.
Good read.
Last one B.
Hit him for 40.
Flag planted.
If we hunt him, I'll stay on bomb.
Nice one, guys.
Should've would.
Or just because if she shouts will go, I gotta get away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to flash?
I'm TPing on that box again.
Revealing area.
Push B. Push B. I got it. I got it.
Two mid.
Are you guys, anyone watching Cat? I think we can start
Let's
looking
work
towards
A.
A. Yeah.
You smoked bottom mid or no?
Yep, hold on.
Never mind. Don't do it.
It's too late.
There you go.
Smoke tree as
Right
well.
there. That's
One could be
exactly where
wide
you'll
right
put your
now.
crosshair. Why the fuck do you love aiming at walls?
Guard it. Like, track that. Let me flash through this wall.
Shot that.
Holy shit.
Revealing area.
Flash me.
One's on site. He's like Hell or Jenny.
I have to reload.
Hell or Jenny. Why are you scared? Your team. Look at where your teammates are at. Your teammates are literally running on site. You need to be pushing out of the smoke.
I'm gonna play post plant with my ult.
30 seconds left.
Runs up Cat.
Last player standing.
Taken out.
Tree room one. I ult. There's a reload.
Shock dart.
Ult the bomb.
I am the hunter.
Just leave it. We got
Thrifty.
real lost.
I was unlucky. Like, oh, you got ulti right, but your ulti literally only kills like 5 seconds off the bomb, right? Like you literally can't keep him off the bomb for like 10, 20 seconds, like a Brim could with his ulti and a molly, right? So what you need to do there in this 2v1 situation is you need to try to isolate a fight and make it a one-on-one, right? And so what I mean by that is instead of just sitting wine side and holding that A main push, maybe peeking out, getting that pick, and then playing the 1v1, you know? That would be definitely like what you need to do in this situation here, because again, like I said, your ulti only kills like 5 seconds off the bomb, right? And so you need to you need to kill one of these guys before they start tapping and diffusing. So that's just how I would change up that play that you did.
Taking the killjoy ult too.
I'm smoking CT. You can ult after this.
Fast or not?
Yeah, we're going fast. When I ult, you guys go. Cypher's holding me back side.
Revealing area.
Market, raise market.
There's no way you call like raise market and shit. You're not pushing out. Like, why are you so scared to push out here? Like, your teammates are gonna need you maybe to back them up to get onto site. Like, we kill one, right? Like, you need to this guy's market. We killed one guy's site. We know Cypher could also be here. Like, you just need to be pushing and be able to trade. Like, you chilling behind this. Like, look, you literally chilling behind the smoke. Literally does nothing for no one because your teammates are pushing through the smoke.
Default. Play default.
Again, like, you're just chilling here while your teammate's fighting. I have no clue why. Like, why are you not rushing to go back him up? Like,
Enemy re-
it's so lucky that your your fucking Killjoy gets the cipher and then gets one more. Like,
remaining.
it's just crazy. You don't see the urgency of needing to go and back up your teammates.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Spike planted. Turret out. Enemy spotted.
Don't need. Okay, so like we know this guy's lane. Your Killjoy's right here. Stop peeking. Let your Killjoy get contact first, and then just wide swing once your Killjoy starts shooting. Because you know if he's shooting your Killjoy, he's not looking at you, right? Get bopped.
Still peeking solo.
Exactly.
Oh my
Clutch.
god.
Clutch Gene. Wait, we didn't use Killjoy ult. Yeah, we can use it on A.
Let's just go A.
Revealing area.
We can take it slow. We can take it slow though.
Play it Norman. Yeah.
Where's the nade? That's from mid.
Can you pick this?
I got the spike.
Smoke this off cat.
Oh,
I'm gonna smoke your tree room.
one mid. They're low. They're watching me.
And it's on cat still. I'm pinned here.
Wait, let's look out. Let's look out.
He pushed
Enemy
up.
Oh wait, no. Heaven.
Close the door. Get that bomb down. Your Killjoy has ulti to slow him down for like 10 seconds.
Take it, just take it.
Revealing area. Shot dart.
Turret out.
Like you're throwing like have your gun out. Like there's no reason to just throw shock darts at these guys. Like right here in this situation, like we know where they're at. Just have your gun out. They have shit guns. Like the worst thing, like the last thing you want to do is have, like I said, a shock dart out, and then you try to like kill them with it, and then you die like you just did, right? Like what you need to do there is tell your jet, yo, get back, right? Like fall back. We don't need this kind of control. Like let them come. We have Killjoy ulti. Let's just ulti Killjoy once we hear him get close, and then we just take it from there.
Last player standing.
That's right.
32,
Right.
and it was just me.
Yo, let's go A. Let's just go A. Everybody go A.
I'll smoke tree. I'll flash gen. Let's just like contact wrap up a bit.
I'm gonna dart for sight. I'm gonna dart for
Right
Jen and
here.
backside. It might be on the
Right
Raptor though. I'll dart whenever you guys are ready to go in.
I'm going.
Darting.
Revealing
Jenny?
area.
Flashing Jenny, let's go.
Blocking sight.
Flashing.
Cutting their vision.
My favorite thing is in lower levels, we'll have a Killjoy ulti, right? And as soon as we plant the Killjoy ulti, everyone just starts rushing in. Like the guys can't just fight them for like 10 seconds before it explodes. And the best thing about this Killjoy ulti on A is like they can hide hell and be perfectly fine, or top right mid, or top right heaven, sorry.
They could be heaven. They could be heaven. Right side.
Painter ran through.
Raise heaven.
Trade that. Silva.
Silent.
That was a good shot.
Last player standing.
Yeah, like there, you need to trade your jet. As soon as that guy has wide swing in heaven to see a main, you could easily wide swing from your angle and trade him out because he has to be exposed to you. That's just how the angle works, right? So like, if we look at the mini map here, if he's right here shooting straight down, you're right here, you can easily see this guy, especially if he tries to walk back a little bit too. So that is on you right there for sure. Like you need to be able to trade.
Yeah,
Like
we
don't
got it.
like obviously like they could push you door, but like the most important thing there is to kill that guy heaven, right? And then if they push you door, your teammates are there, they can trade him as well. And if they don't trade him, then you can harp on them. Like, yo, I was trading our jet heaven, and this guy killed me from door. You guys are both near door. Could you guys just trade that guy for me? You know?
Revealing area.
One cat.
There they are.
Peek a cat.
Dude, there's like 2 or 3 people fucking mid. Jet's walking. Let's make noise.
Oh,
Oof.
Raise hit 120 mid.
Someone push.
And that's how it goes, right? So, like right there, like you're like aim down sight. Like you should never have the ADS unless you're holding like a really tight crack. Like you should be able to, like, especially that close, you should be able to like not be ADS and just kill that guy. But anyways, let me bring it up. Right, let me just summarize this entire VoD review in a couple points. So the first one, like this is the first major point, and this is just your aim in general needs to get better, right? You could easily turn some of these rounds around if you had better aim, right? And when I'm talking aim, I'm talking about crosshair placement, spray control, trigger discipline, right? All these main factors that encompass aim, right? You need to work on all of it. And that's either you maybe need to DM more, right? So you can learn the spray control, because to control the spray is not just shooting and then pulling down, right away, right? Spray control is literally knowing how far each bullet will go above the previous bullet and pulling down in that general speed, right? Because you're like going from here to like a fucking 100, or like you're already aiming low. Because you're aiming low and you pull down, like you just miss, right? Or like you pull and you like maybe pull to the wrong way, like you pull down in the wrong direction. For the most part, right, the Phantom and the Vandal, the guns you'll probably be using the most, pull down and then slightly to the left. That's how you have to pull your mouse down, right? Because they go up and slightly to the right for the first 5 or 6 bullets. After that, obviously it's going to be random, but you need to be able to at least spray and control those first 5 or 6 bullets perfectly. All right, and then after that, it's going to be based on reaction, seeing where your bullets and your bullets are going. Okay. Second thing is you didn't know, like, obviously you knew some basic util, right? But knowing how to react off the information you get with your basic util, like knowing more advanced util is obviously better, but also knowing what to do with that information that you gain from your utility, right? I dart B main, I see nothing B main. Okay, maybe I either lean towards A, maybe I aggress in the B main, right? Maybe it's a fake, maybe you just kind of chill until your next recon dart and then you see what happens. Or maybe you hold your recon dart in the beginning of the round for like 20-30 seconds and then see what happens off of that. Okay, so that's like util usage is very important, especially on Sova. So learn. I think your next goal for that would be learning a lot more what you can do with the util usage. Okay, and then third is, I would say, Valorant IQ, right? How smart are you at playing the game? Now, one thing I'll compliment you on is you're kind of aware of what's open and what's not open on defense, right? And on offense. Like, you're aware, oh shit, A main's open, maybe I should kind of hold it, right? B main, like they can push through B main on defense, like maybe I should just hold that too, right? Like, you're aware of what's open, but I think the next step you need to take is, how do we process the information that we get, like I mentioned on util usage, right? And using that to your advantage. Like, where people play at, right? So let's like start abusing that information more. And like, let's say you get let's say on offense you get to pick cat, right? Oh, that's the usual cat guy. There's only one on A. If you're close cat, maybe you try to push up on cat and try to get into a good position to either like kill that guy or cut off rotations, right? Or let's say you kill a guy cat, you're like, oh shit, that's not usually the cat guy, right? Then okay, maybe let's try to go somewhere else, right? They might be stacked towards A based off that read, right? Or maybe they switch it up, like, we don't know. It just depends on what information you get in the game. I think once you process and know what to do a lot more, like how you do stuff, right? Like another example is when you were droning mid, when you were in CT spawn. Like, as soon as your killjoy dies and you're droning mid, just get off the drone and start rotating over, because we don't know how far they're going to get pushed up off that kill, right? That's just a knowing of how to play the game, and that's just going to come from just playing the game itself, right? And one thing I tell people, in order to increase your decision making and your Valorant IQ, is to take gambles, right? Taking gambles and thinking of the variables that lead up to it, right? Like, okay, I recon dart towards B like you did. I see 4 people on ping. I'm going to push A main right now, right? That is a good gamble to take. That's a one-on-one maybe. And if it's not even a one-on-one gamble, then there's no one there, and it's free real estate. And then you can start telling your team, hey, rotate back towards B, right? A lot of people in lower levels are scared to, like, I would say plat and gold are scared to kind of push when they get the information. In diamonds, you'll see a lot of people push in if no one's there contesting them, because for some reason their minds automatically just keep pushing, right? But once you get to immortal and radiant, people will get punished for doing that, so that's usually why they get stuck in diamond. But anyways, this concludes my VoD review for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you in the next one.
Pokemon, Mega Evolution, Science, Cockfighting.
Many men would step upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see.